Hello there. Welcome to my channel. This is Gabriella Brown and I'm harvesting my greens right now. I'm harvesting. Here's my bag so far. Lettuce, kale, Swiss chard, and arugula, which, by the way, you want to cleanse your intestines. Incorporate arugula into your life and you will have a colon cleanse. So I'm trimming because it's really just going to town right now, and I didn't cut down the lettuce for a few days, so I am doing that right now. I'm going to make a salad because this is part of my sustainable food system. I do buy groceries, but I also supplement with greens because this is where all the phytonutrients are. This is where the health is. Yes, we can store canned food and we can do all those things, but what are we doing in the here and now? And are we becoming really proficient at doing those things? So I know how greens are super important for my body and I like them. So in order to have a fresh supply and not depend on boxes or the store, I have to do it myself. So that means going through all the trials and tribulations of growing, which there are many. It's not as simple as just buying seeds. Other preppers out there will tell you, just get seeds, do this, do that, stock your house, stack it to the ceiling. And I have done those things. I did that before Y2K. Remember that? All you preppers out there? They were making millions of dollars on people before Y2K, and then Y2K never happened, nothing happened. So we don't ever know what's going to happen, but for sure, every one of us needs to become more proficient in feeding ourselves from the ground up, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's not enough to have seeds. It's not enough to buy the best soil. It's not enough to buy that latest growing system that they tell you that works. It's buying one thing and working it until you figure out how to really work it. Now this system, it's a tower garden, and I've had issues with it, but I figured things out and now I really know how to work it. So it took a while. It was pretty easy to start, but I did have some issues that I had to resolve, and they were very minor, but it took me looking at the problem and creating a solution. So here is my source right now of lettuce. I have about 12 that are starting right now. They're only like 2 weeks old, and I'm gonna put them in here. And they're just paper towels just to keep the light out, to keep out the algae. But this system will be due for a clean in about 3 more months. I'll take it apart and clean it and start over again. So looking at these greens, they're so amazing. They're all different, and each green has different nutrients. Here's kale and Swiss chard. They all contain the phytonutrients that we need to stay healthy, and literally these are the same phytonutrients that prevent cancer and all kinds of other terrible diseases. So it's important to eat them. But here's the thing, how do you get them in? I grew them, right? And when I first started growing greens, I would grow them and I had a ton of greens, and I found that I wasn't eating them as often as I should. So I started figuring out ways to get greens in. And how do you get greens in? It's easy to have a salad, right? You can have a salad, but how do you get these kale and the Swiss chard in? You get it in by chopping it up and just sneaking it in. You sneak it in your food like you're sneaking vegetables into a kid's meal. That's how I had to start treating myself. Because if I had a bag of Swiss chard and kale, which I don't really like that much, but I eat it anyway. I grow it sometimes. But you're supposed to eat these things, but I wouldn't eat them. I would think, oh, I want something easy, because I would have to saute the chard and etc. So I found other ways to get the greens in. So I have a salad of all of these greens. The salad's not just going to be arugula, it'll be lettuce, arugula, a little kale, and Swiss chard. So I can make a salad out of it. I can put it into soups. It's great to put into soups. You can just slip the greens into all your dishes. You'd be surprised how you can slip them in and people won't notice, especially if you have something very garlicky or oniony. You can get by the earthiness, and you got to get yourself used to eating these foods too. You have to get used to eating them, because if you're not used to eating healthy foods, when you first start, it doesn't taste good. You know, the minerals, you'll say, oh, it tastes like dirt. Well, that's what minerals taste like. That's what your body needs. Your body needs minerals more than anything to sustain itself. Ashes to ashes. Okay. Here is the new 2-soap FOMO. I love it so much. It's my favorite peppermint liquid, and this really cool container that will create foam. Look at that. If you had a problem with keeping any of your 2-soap on top of your toothbrush, or if you just want to try something new, it tastes just like 2-soap liquid, except it's in foam, so it doesn't really taste like 2-soap liquid. It's a foam. Anyway, it's awesome. It's awesome, awesome. You might want to try this. You don't even need that much. You only need a little bit. This might be a way to conserve even more 2-soap. And the bottle is 2 ounces, just like glass, so you're getting the exact amount. 2-soap FOMO.
Natural and organic 2-soap prepares teeth for the best remineralization possible by cleaning away all contaminants and any oils from the teeth, leaving the surface of the enamel super clean. Only clean teeth remineralize properly.